We're battling it out again for three different cards that are all incredible powerhouse earning cards in the restaurant and grocery earning space. Americans spend a ton of money on groceries and food every single year, and so you want a card that can reward you for your purchases. In my last video, we broke down the Capital One Saver and the Amex Gold and that head-to-head showdown on who the card made sense for. In this video, if you're looking for three other cards that are not as mainstream as those two, but are still incredible point earning cards, and in some cases are even better, then you're going to want to stick around and see the breakdown on these three next cards because it may surprise you. Make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get right into it. So the first one I want to highlight, which doesn't get a lot of love out there in the YouTube space, but it's the Bank of America Customized Cash Rewards card. This card has a new offer of 6% cash back on select categories, and so you can target restaurants to be your main category for the 6% back. It's earned in 3% cash back as well as an additional 3% back on your first year. And so the categories of your choice include gas, EV charging, online shopping, cable, streaming, internet, phone plans, dining, travel, drugstore, pharmacy, and home improvement or furnishing purchases. So with the dining fitting in there for your first year, 6% on a no annual fee card is absolutely bonkers. And I get it, it's only for the first year. However, there might be another card next year that has an elevated offer, or the next couple cards we're going to get to in a second. But additionally, that 3% back and then the elevated 3% back on those specific categories, you're also going to get 2% back at grocery stores and wholesale clubs, and then 1% back on all other purchases with this card. You're also going to get a $200 cash bonus after spending $1,000 in the first 90 days of card opening as of now. This 6% back is earned on purchases up to $2,500 per quarter, so $10,000 per year. You can earn that 6% back on restaurants. Yes, there's a cap, but it's a really good option for those who are spending that much money per month. And if you were to max out that full amount of $10,000 per year in the 6% categories with that card on restaurants, that's $600 in cash back for a no annual fee card in year one. That is just so powerful. Also, with the Bank of America Preferred Rewards program, depending on your value of assets held within Bank of America, these rewards can be increased even more. In the gold tier, you have $20,000 to under $50,000 worth of assets with Bank of America. You get a 25% boost on your rewards. Platinum tier, which is $50K to $100K in assets, you're going to get a 50% boost on your rewards. And then for those of you in the Platinum Honors tier with $100K to $1 million of assets with Bank of America, you're going to get a 75% boost on these rewards. Really powerful if you're already utilizing Bank of America for your banking and investment needs. Next, we're going to talk about a pretty popular and very often discussed card in the no annual fee space, specifically at a 5% earning category, and that's the Citi Custom Cash. And that can include a number of different really powerful things like restaurants, gas stations, grocery stores, travel, transit, streaming, drugstores, home improvement stores, fitness clubs, live entertainment. So as you can see, restaurants and grocery stores at a 5% earning clip is very powerful. This one has a $500 limit per billing cycle. So per month, $500, $6,000 per year is your cap, but at a 5% earning category for a no annual fee card, really powerful. So if you were to max out your purchases on the 5% categories for, say, groceries or restaurants for the whole year at $6,000, 5% back, that's $300 in cash back at that clip. And then if you pay for more in those spaces, you can switch your card use to something like the Capital One Saver for 3%, the Amex Gold for that 4%, or other cards to really round out the rest of your earning. But you can start with that 5% for the first $6,000 per year, or better yet, you pick one of the categories. So say restaurants for the whole year, $6,000 if you spend that much. And then you can use a different card to fill it in for groceries so that you can take advantage of 5% here and then 3 or 4% over here, or maybe even that 6% from the Bank of America card for your first year. So with the Citi Custom Cash, you really have a lot of flexibility to take advantage of all these great earnings at 5% back. The Citi Custom Cash also earns a $200 sign-up bonus after spending $1,500 in the first 6 months of card opening. And you're also going to earn 1% back on all other purchases, pretty standard with credit cards. And then 4% additional cash back on hotels and car rentals through Citi Travel. These points earned through Citi are able to be transferred to some of other Citi's annual fee cards to be able to take advantage of transfer partners and earn elevated value on these earning points. So it's not just a straight cash back in all cases. You can transfer it and get more outsized value. So a really great option where this 5% can effectively be worth even more than that 5% back. Our last card of the day might surprise you. Because it's not a credit card, it's a debit card. We're gonna look at the PayPal debit card, which gives you 5% back on a category of your choosing up to $1,000 every single month. Some popular 5% earning categories are in restaurants, apparel, fuel, groceries, rideshare, and public transit. So you have a lot of really great options. And again, the restaurant and groceries. So taking advantage of $1,000 spent every single month through the course of the year is $12,000 in spending. If you were to max that out on this card with 5% back, you're going to effectively get $600 in cash back. For a debit card, that's really, really powerful. And same concept, if you're spending more than $12,000 per year on these categories, or you're spending more than $12,000 combined between restaurants and groceries, again, you can pick the PayPal debit card for one category, maybe your restaurants if you're spending $1,000 per month, and then you can use a different card to fill in for your dining out at restaurants. So again, you can kind of plug and play different cards that fit your need based on your spending. And so that's why it's really important to take a look at your overall budget and see which card makes sense for different situations. One thing to note with the PayPal debit card is that you need a PayPal balance account, which is required to get the PayPal debit card. There are also some other ways to stack bonuses with the PayPal debit card, depending on if the category is in your choosing. If you make a purchase online or purchase somewhere, you're able to stack additional rewards. So that 5% could turn into something like 8% effectively, which is really, really cool if it's already fitting your normal day-to-day spend. Really cool card, really cool debit card. And just wanted to throw it in there as another option because I wouldn't normally be thinking about it because this is a credit card channel, but we're talking about cash back on really, really high spend areas for most Americans in restaurants and groceries. So there we go. There are 3 additional no annual fee cards. 2 of them are credit cards and 1 being a debit card that can stack up toe to toe with the powerhouses of the Amex Gold and the Capital One Saver. Make sure you check out the next video right here, which is the initial head-to-head battle on the Amex Gold versus the Capital One Saver, or the next video right here on another deep dive video on the credit card space. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment for more videos just like this. I'll see you over there.